right, how about a little Amazing Grace? We're going to do a cross-picking version of it here. And most people have learned this tune in 3/4. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound, etc., etc. But for this cross-picking pattern, we're going to do it in 2/4. And it's going to sound a little more like this. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. So it gives it a little more of that bluegrass kind of 2-beat feeling and enables us to keep this pattern that works so well for cross-picking. It's really what I call the Jesse McReynolds pattern. Although if you look historically at some of the really early Baroque mandolin players from the 200 years ago or beyond, they were exploring a lot of these different string crossing patterns. So go back and look at Denise and Foschetti and some of these early Baroque masters, and you'll see some of these patterns show up. So it's a very natural thing to do on a string instrument in whatever genre you're talking about. Everybody wants to be a banjo player, right? Is that what it is? Hi, Tony. So the pattern is I'm going to break down the pattern for you now and show you how it breaks out. So it's 4th string, 2nd string, 3rd. 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2. 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2. It's the same pattern we were using on Worried Man Blues and Boil Them Cabbage Down. I'm going to forego the pickup notes. I'll just start right on the D note, 7th fret. So the way it works is the D note is the melody and the E note comes in on the end of the pattern. So it's 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2. And it's at that 4, 2 that the E note is inserted, or 9th fret. 7, 7, 9, 11, 11, 9. And again, after the 11, the new pattern starts. 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and the 9 happens at the 4, 2. So you've got this 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and then 4, 2. And that's where the new note is. So it's 7, 7, 9, 11, 11, 9, just on those last 2 notes, just to put a visual on it for you. Now it goes to a G chord. I'm going to hold the 7th fret and 5th fret on the 4th and 3rd and let the A string ring open. And then I'm going to play the 4th fret, keeping the 5th fret held down, and then the 2nd fret, and it's a D chord there, so we let the D and A ring open. Let me review that much. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved. There I played single notes. In fact, it's probably how we ought to start the tune. I play 1, 2, and then I shift to 1 so that I'm ready to play up the neck here. Then I shift to 3 and 2 so that the 1 is available to play that 4th fret. Here's where I shift over. So the second phrase, like, the word like, I play the 7th fret, 3rd string, and now I'm changing the pattern to the 3rd and 1st and 2nd string and I'm holding the 2 notes of an A chord, what grew out of the bluegrass chop chord. 7, 4, 0. And now I'm going to continue the pattern on these top 3 strings, but it's a D chord, and I'm playing 7 and 5, and that's 4 and 5, still a D chord. Now I'm playing a G chord, but I'm letting the D string as the melody. So this is getting a little tricky. Open D string is the melody, and you're holding a G chord for the upper notes. And you play the 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, but here you play a B note on the 4th string. I like to reach over with my 3rd finger so that these notes can keep ringing. I don't like to lift that one off and run over and grab that. I'd rather jam the 3rd finger in there. Now we're back to the low A note as the melody, and so the pattern is going to be 4, 2, 3, shifting back over to the other 3 strings. Then the tag. So it's 7, 11, 7. That's the full pattern. 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2. Now it's 9 and 5 because it's an A7 chord. And it's 3, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2. And that 4, 2 is shifting to a C sharp. And then you end on the D. The D is 7th fret and 4th fret. Let me try to run the whole thing nice and slow. Again. Okay, so sometimes we're simplifying the melody so that we can keep it in this cross-picking pattern. There's not as many notes in the melody as what you might sing, but there's enough there to give the listener that you're actually playing Amazing Grace. So have fun with these, and look forward to seeing a submission from you, especially if you have any questions about particulars on how this works. All right, see you soon.